So tomorrow marks the start of Heart Month, and to kick it off, we want to have a practical discussion. Practical about working out, strengthening exercise, and making sure your heart's healthy.
Yeah, so a recent published paper from the American Heart Association says these types of exercises can actually provide similar benefits to aerobic exercises. Well, Dr. McGeorge is here, so Doc, where do we start?
Well, Karen and Aman, so let's start with actually some definitions. Strength-type exercises are known as resistance exercises. These basically only work on single muscle groups. Maybe think of push-ups or bicep curls. Now, aerobic exercises, on the other hand, they use more of the whole body, and they're going to increase your heart rate and your breathing rate more. Think brisk walking or cycling. American Heart now emphasizes both are important. Dr. Abby Lane is an exercise physiologist at the University of Michigan School of Kinesiology. She's also a senior author on the most recent American Heart Association scientific statement on resistance exercise.
There are great benefits to resistance training that are really similar at times to what you get from aerobic, or at times where aerobic might be a little bit better for a certain risk factor. Resistance can add a little something to that as well.
And according to Dr. Lane, getting started with resistance training is really pretty simple.
You don't need fancy equipment. You can go to any sporting goods store and get some dumbbells for cheap. I like to use milk jugs. If you save them and you can fill them with sand or water and progressively increase or decrease your weight.
But how do you know how much weight to start with?
Absolutely fine to start with very light weights and get used to the motion of it. And then you can kind of play around with the weights.
The goal is to be able to do between 1 and 3 sets of 8 to 10 different exercises that include all of your muscle groups. You should pick a weight that allows you to do between 8 to 12 repetitions of each exercise.
Maybe by the time you're doing 10 bicep curls, 11 is going to be a struggle and you couldn't get 12. So then you've got a good weight. I think the overall message is that your workout routine really isn't complete without resistance training.
Now, I really want everyone to understand, this does not require any expense. These exercises are as simple as picking up some cans, and when that becomes too easy, just get heavier cans or maybe a gallon of water or sand. The American Heart Association and the CDC, they have great information on these exercises and how often to do them, and we've posted links to those sites and a copy of the American Heart paper with really helpful graphics on the health page at Click on Detroit.
I thought that was lunch, not a weight.
No,
Bernie's
exactly.
laughing.
Well, you start light, Bernie.
Right. Do the chicken noodle. Do not do cream and mushroom.
Okay, that's a
little
great point.
heavier, that cream.
Plus, I'm into resistance training. I just resist all of that kind of training.
Exactly.
But stop it now.
Thank you, Doc.